Hello again, Year 7. Mr. Kingstone here with a follow-on video on Google Classroom. Oh, excuse me. So, in the last video, I showed you some of the things about Google Drive. And we looked at this over here, and we saw that you click on Google Drive, and that's the area you save your documents and your work and all that sort of stuff. So what I'm going to do now is show you some more advanced things in Google Classroom. So I'm going to click on my Google Classroom, and you can see over here, you're going to see the teacher view. So you can see how many classes I have, but I'm interested in Mr. Pitt's class of 1. Because in that, I'm not a teacher, I'm a pupil. And we can see here, there's lots of things that Mr. Pitt has done. Now, this is the stream. I'm interested in Classwork. Now, when I go on to Classwork, you can see all the things that I've done and things that I should have done and bits and pieces like that. And often teachers will put categories on here, such as registers and so on and so forth, just to make it easy for you. But this is Mr. Pitt's work. So I'm going to go on to eSafety. And if I view the assignment, we can see here that there are some documents there, and we've done some feedback just there. But how do you go about doing that and comments? Well, let me show you how to do it. I'll go back to Mr. Pitt's class of 1, and here is a CPU quiz. Okay. Oh, I've already done that one, so I need to come out of that. Let's go into that eSafety one. So I click on View Assignment. Now, here's some common questions. First question is, how do I put a comment in? In other words, I want to get a message to the teacher. I've had a go at the task, but I really didn't do very well, or I'm concerned because I ran out of time. First things first, don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic. You can put a comment in here privately to the teacher. Okay, so if I could say, I'm just going to delete, sorry, Mr. Pitt, I had a computer problem. I did my best. Okay, so, and then you click on the arrow, and Mr. Pitt gets that privately. Nobody else sees it, which is brilliant. That's the sort of thing you want to send as a private comment. But if you're really proud of your work, or maybe you've got a problem, because it could be that Mr. Pitt's not around or he's not responded, you could put, hi all, anyone got a good website link that can help with this question? Okay, click on the little arrow, and everybody in your class gets to see that one on the assignment, and so they can all start a conversation. Say, yeah, try this, or you can copy and paste a web link in, or it could be a case of you put a general question. Do we have to do this in red? Do we need to put a picture in this? Do we need to do this? Do we need to do that? Anything you want the whole class. That's where your whole class discussion comes from on that particular assignment. Or you can use the hand in function just here at the bottom, or is it just here, wherever it is, and you can just below that you can do a private comment. Now, one of the other things is sometimes you might do a piece of work on a piece of paper like this. Well, that's okay, because if you do, say in art, you might do a drawing or a painting or a collage or something along those lines, and you've still got to hand it in, you can still do that. What you need to do is to get hold of, say, your mobile phone or a tablet and take a picture of it. And once you've taken a picture of it, it's on your phone. Now, there's a couple of things you can do. You can put the Google Classroom app on your phone, and then you can go in on your phone or on your tablet and you can attach it, or you can email it to yourself. Now, if you do that, you've got to be really careful, because you need to email it to yourself from your school email account, because we have got some systems in place to protect you. You see, we've got what's called, and don't worry about the technology behind it, something called a walled garden. In other words, from your school email address, you can only email other Rawlett School email addresses. And likewise, you can only receive emails from other Rawlett School email addresses. We don't want all sorts of people outside of Rawlett spamming you with emails advertising new trainers or the latest makeup and stuff like that. No, we only want proper emails. So we, to protect you, have got this walled garden. So you can only bounce emails about within Rawlett. So you need to send it from your school email account to your school email account, and it will appear. And when it does that, you can save it in your Google Drive or on the hard drive of your computer that you're working on, and then upload it. Look, let me show you. If I want to put on add, I can add from my Google Drive. So if I go to my Google Drive and click on recent or my drive and stuff like that, you know, imagine that that's a photograph, okay, that I've just taken. It's a JPEG image. I can insert that on there. I could, okay, if I want to, I can add a file. Now that's on your computer. So I'm going to choose upload. I'm going to choose browse, and it goes to my pictures. If I go to my pictures, just there is, here's a picture of me taken just the other day. And you can see that it's a lovely picture of me. Is it? Are we going to be able to see it? There you go. You can see it just there, taken just the other day. So you can do it that way. Take a photograph of your work, or you can load a file from your computer and hand it in that way. But do be careful. Make sure that you use proper file names, like I've done here. I've called that badge and that RJK, which are my initials. And then you can add stuff here. Likewise, if you do it on, or do a piece of work on a proper piece of software, you can add it to this. You can add something from your Google Drive, like I did with the badge. Where's my my happy poem? There we go. So I can add my happy poem there. And then I can choose hand in. Now, many of you have started to try and share things back with teachers. It's a bit of a waste of time. One of the reasons we get you to attach and do your work just there is so that when you're done and you've put everything you need to do, you click hand in. And so when you hand in, it says these are the 6 attachments. You've got to give it a minute or two, and it's there. So if I go back to Mr. Pitt's class of 1 and go on my classwork, you can see they're all shaded in now. That's because I've handed in those 2, and I've now handed in that one there. But what happens if you want to do some more work on it? So let's say you've handed it into Mr. Pitt on a Tuesday, and you've come to school on the Wednesday, and you've had a chat with a few mates. Hang on a minute, I might not have done that quite right. Don't panic. If you click on view assignment, if you try to, and if I go here to my happy poem now, I can't edit this. I'm really struggling. Well, hang on a minute. I don't need to request edit access or share. What I need to do is this, is unsubmit. Now, when you unsubmit, it tells Mr. Pitt, hang on a minute, they're having another go at the work. So that means I can go into my happy poem and I can type in some more words. And when I've done, I can close it down. I don't need to share or any, I could turn in. I'll try that. And it might just turn in that document. It's turning it all in for me. There we go. Hand in. Or I could click on the hand in button there. Google Classroom is brilliant, but it does take some getting used to. And the key message is have a play. You can't break it. You can't hurt it. You're doing brilliant, but try some of the more advanced features now you're getting used to it. That's all for now. I'll do some more videos over the next few days for you. Thanks for listening.